It's Monday, October 20th, 2014. This is PSN News. Tonight, we'll have the latest on the Ebola virus.
We'll also have students' reactions from the Yik Yak threat coming up on PSN News.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Maxwell Massey.
And I'm Alexandria Brown. An Associated Press investigation released today has revealed that dozens of suspected Nazi war criminals and SS guards collected millions of dollars in Social Security payments. The U.S. Justice Department used a legal loophole to convince Nazi suspects to leave by continuing to provide them Social Security payments. After 2 years of research, the AP found that 38 of 66 suspects removed from the U.S. since 1979 were keeping their benefits. Of these 66, 4 are still alive today and living in Europe on U.S. Social Security. The Justice Department denies using the payments to remove the suspects, but records discovered through the Freedom of Information Act prove otherwise.
The Biden family overshadowed the Obamas last week when U.S. officials confirmed Hunter Biden tested positive for cocaine. The vice president's son was discharged from the Navy in February after testing positive for the drug. The 44-year-old is a lawyer and a managing partner at an investment firm. In a public statement, he said he respected the Navy's decision and deeply regrets his actions. The Navy has not contacted the vice president over the matter, as they said they followed standard protocol for Biden, despite his famous last name.
On Friday, the U.S. Department of Education announced the final change to the Violence Against Women Reauthorization Act of 2013. Due to increased online stalking over the years, a new rule now requires colleges to report instances of stalking based on where the stalking occurred and where the victim first became aware of the stalking. Colleges will also have to report gender identity and national origin of a student in order to determine if it is a hate crime. These rules aim to increase campus safety by preventing sexual assault and domestic violence. The new rules go into effect July 2015.
Thomas Duncan's family was released from quarantine today. The loved ones of the first person in the United States to contract Ebola were under quarantine for 21 straight days. There are currently 4 other patients being treated for Ebola in the country, and 2 appear to be making a recovery. As a result of the deadly illness's presence in the United States, the military has formed a 30-person quick strike team to provide treatment to Ebola victims. The team consists of 30 medical professionals and will be able to deploy anywhere in the country in 72 hours. Duncan died earlier this month following a trip to Liberia.
The Islamic State, also known as ISIS, is taking its first steps toward creating an air force. The terror group is allegedly in possession of captured fighter jets and training its members to become pilots. According to the Syrian Conservatory for Human Rights, ISIS has 3 Russian-built military jets. The conservatory also said ISIS has trainers who gained experience while in the Iraqi Air Force under former President Saddam Hussein. Last February, the human rights group reported ISIS's capture of the Al Ghira military airport located near Aleppo, Syria. The group has also reported planes flying low over the airport and training courses taking place at the base.
Nigeria reached a ceasefire agreement with terror group Boko Haram this past Thursday. Hassan Takur, the principal secretary to Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, confirmed that the agreement includes the release of more than 200 kidnapped schoolgirls. The girls will not be freed all at once, but a significant number will be released soon. About 276 girls were abducted from their boarding school in northeast Nigeria in April, and while dozens escaped, most remain in captivity. Their capture has led to widespread protests throughout the country, calling on the government to rescue them. There is little publicized about the agreement, but government officials say a meeting will be held next week relating to the girls' release.
Police in the United Kingdom are helping to investigate the recent murder of 2 British tourists who traveled to Thailand. David Miller and Hannah Witheridge's bodies were discovered on a beach on the island of Koh Tao in September. 2 suspects who originally pled guilty have withdrawn their confessions. However, DNA found on Witheridge's body matched the DNA sample from the suspects. Thai authorities previously rejected offers of assistance from the UK, but after the prime ministers of the 2 countries met at a summit in Italy, it was agreed that a delegation of British officers could travel to Thailand. The British authorities will be investigating the murders as well as allegations of mistreatment of the suspects.
Angel is nearing its final days here at Penn State. Find out more after this.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Penn State Fraternity Delta Sigma Phi is facing charges for furnishing alcohol to minors as of Friday. Court documents say the fraternity is being charged with 2 counts of selling and furnishing liquor to minors and 2 additional counts of furnishing liquor. State College Police announced an investigation into the fraternity earlier this month after an assault in August outside of the frat's Locust Lane house, where a man was hit in the face by an unidentified individual and suffered several broken bones. The fraternity's preliminary hearing is scheduled for November 19th.
In 2014, social media now plays new roles in terroristic threats. This past week, one threat hit close to home. Here's Carly McCann with more.
Center last Monday. I'm here at the hub asking students about their reactions to the threat.
It's just kind of like disbelief, like, is this like really happening at Penn State? You hear about it sometimes, but it seems like so removed from real life.
Based on what they said in the information about the police who were going to be there on campus and how they were all kind of focused on figuring out what the situation was, I felt completely safe, and I came to the hub. It was nothing different for my day.
It was kind of frightening, you know, being at like your campus. You really don't want to hear stuff like that, and you never know if like something like that could be true or not.
I felt pretty safe. I actually like I forgot about it. Like I wasn't worried at all, really.
I also asked students about how the anonymity of Yik Yak plays into potential threats.
I feel like people feel like even though it says like anonymous, they think that they will never be able to get found out. But in reality, like obviously they make things to appear to be anonymous, but they're really not.
I think it allowed this person to post this without having any consequences. They were able to post it without having their name attached or anything, so they felt like they could post anything without getting in trouble.
It kind of changes, like someone who might post a threat like that, they really don't know how serious it is because they're sitting behind the phone or a computer screen compared to someone who's actually like going to go out and do something like that. It's just like a different aspect to it.
The student who made the threat has since been caught by university police. For PSN News, I'm Carly McCann.
It was announced last week that Penn State's Angel is being dropped by its owner, Blackboard. As of October 2015, the software company said that it will discontinue support for the course management system. Penn State has used the software since 2009 in order to organize information from every class into one web page for both students and faculty. However, Penn State will continue to use Angel until December 2017. Blackboard will offer assistance to Penn State until its contract with the school ends in 2017. Until then, Penn State will search for an alternative course management system.
If campus seems more crowded than usual, that's because it is. Penn State's enrollment numbers released last week show that the university is constantly increasing. There are now 511 additional students at University Park, bringing the grand total to 46,008. Baccalaureate students are also up by over 2,000 students. University-wide overall enrollment, including undergraduate, law, medical, and World Campus, stands at nearly 96,000.
State College may be entering a new era when a country film festival replaces the customary State Paddy's Day weekend. Levels nightclub manager Tim Crockett is part of the team coordinating a festival of movies, music, and comedy. It is scheduled for the weekend in between Thaw and spring break, which is usually reserved for the Penn State drinking tradition. Thaw, as the festival is being called, Crockett describes as a scaled-down version of the Sundance Film Festival. He's currently working to book some big band names, potentially including 30 Seconds to Mars, Jack White, or Tenacious D. All proceeds to the festival will benefit Best Buddies, a nonprofit organization that helps find jobs for those who are autistic or mentally disabled.
The fall tradition of hayrides will continue this season, even after several were canceled last year due to alcohol-related incidents. Nittany Mountain Trail Rides have updated the documents with specific altercations. The new documents state that all groups will be carefully screened as they board the buses and arrive at the farm. Backpacks, water bottles, flasks, cans, or any containers of alcohol are not permitted on the buses or the hay wagons. A committee within each group will monitor the hayrides, and local, state police will be stopping buses. Security personnel will remove anyone who appears belligerently drunk.
Your week's forecast is coming up next. Stay tuned.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzzed driving is drunk driving.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Good evening, Penn State. This is student meteorologist Faith Eretz here with your campus weather service forecast for October 20th. We'll start out as usual here by taking a look at your weather headlines. Nighttime and morning temperatures are definitely getting chillier here around State College and across other parts of the state, especially if you were out canning this weekend. Some parts of the state definitely even got down into the high 30s, so we definitely need to keep an eye out for those chilly nighttime temperatures. And unfortunately, the few showers that we saw today will stick around for much of the middle of the week here, although they should clear out just in time to give us a beautiful sunny weekend. We'll get into more specifics here with our 7-day forecast. You can see what I was talking about. You can see these temperatures sticking around pretty consistently in the low to mid 50s for much of the middle of the week. And although our highest chance for showers is tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon, a few peaks of sun and showers are possible on Wednesday and Thursday. But luckily, those showers will move out of the area for the weekend, leaving us with some very sunny skies starting about Friday and Saturday. And that sun will help our high temperatures just get those few more degrees and help us reach the 60-degree mark, especially on Saturday. You'll see for our football game, we will have a beautiful day, although showers will be well out of the area. And as what you probably know, this weekend we are taking on Ohio State in our whiteout here at Beaver Stadium. Although it will be sunny and 60 during the day, at 8 p.m. for our kickoff, the sun will be long gone and temperatures could be well into the low 50s and even into the high 40s by then. So just to make sure you dress warm for this night game because it could last well into the night. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Faith Eretz. Have a great night.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Hello everyone, I'm Christine Rienzo with this week's Sports Wrap-Up. The Penn State women's ice hockey team has yet to break their unbeaten streak this season. The Nittany Lions faced off against Union College in a 2-game set in Schenectady, New York, going overall 1-0-1. Penn State won 4-1 in their first game with goals by Hannah Bram, Shannon Yoxheimer, Michaela Caddenson-Reedy, and Amy Peterson. On Saturday, they tied 2-2 with goals by Amy Peterson and Kelly Seward. Goalie Hannah Erisman broke her record after the 2 games with 20 saves. They play Princeton at home next Saturday. The men's hockey team played at the Bryce Alaska Gold Rush this weekend, going 0-1-1. On Friday, Penn State tied 3-3 against Alaska Anchorage in overtime with goals by Curtis Loic, Nate Jensen, and Casey Bailey. On Saturday, the Nittany Lions fell 4-3 to the University of Alaska. Goaltender Matthew Scoff was named to the all-tournament team with a total of 52 saves. The Nittany Lions will play home on Sunday against Holy Cross. The 11th-ranked women's soccer team came out on top against Michigan State yesterday 2-1. The women outshot the Spartans 20-9, and senior Corey Chapik scored their first goal in the 36th minute. The second goal came towards the end of the second half off a corner kick. Emily Ogle passed the ball to fellow freshman Elizabeth Ball, who kicked the game-winning goal. It was the first goal of her collegiate career. The Nittany Lions are now 14-2-0 and will play Nebraska on Friday at home. The 7th-ranked Penn State women's volleyball team had a great weekend in Indiana, winning against Purdue and Indiana University. They pushed past number 14 Purdue 3-2, giving the Boilermakers their first loss of the season. Redshirt junior Ayanna Whitney had a career high of 18 kills, while freshman Haley Washington had a career high of 8 blocks. In their second game, the women swept Indiana in straight sets. Senior Misha Hancock led the offense with 32 assists, 4 aces, 5 kills, and 5 digs. The Nittany Lions will take on Michigan at home on Friday. The 5th-ranked women's field hockey team had a successful weekend, beating both Rutgers and Indiana. The team shut out Rutgers on Friday 3-0 with 3 different players scoring.
Jenna Chrismer, Taylor Harold, and Natalie Bunninger each had a goal, while goalie Kylie Licata had 6 saves. Penn State beat number 18, Indiana 2-1 on Sunday. The Nittany Lions outshot the Hoosiers 21-7. Taylor Harold and Laura Gebhardt scored in the second half to get the win. This was Harold's 50th goal of her career. They play next at Iowa on Saturday. And that's all for this week's sports. PSN News will be right back after this.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Hi everyone, I'm Carly McCann with this week's entertainment news. The touring cast of Mamma Mia will take over the Eisenhower Auditorium on Thursday, October 23rd. Based on songs by ABBA, the jukebox musical is best known for its feel-good plot and up-tempo songs. Mamma Mia has performed all over the world and is currently playing in the West End of London and on Broadway. Student ticket prices start at $38 and can be purchased at the Eisenhower and at the Hub. With the help of Levels Nightclub Management, Eisenhower Auditorium will also host Los Angeles rapper Kid Ink on December 2nd. Kid Ink released his independent album Up and Away before signing with RCA Records. Kid Ink has collaborated with artists Wale, Meek Mill, French Montana, Chris Brown, and more. Tickets for Kid Ink and Friends start at $35 and can be purchased online. Rehearsals for the Penn State School of Theater's production of Spring Awakening have been rocking the theater building this month. The popular rock musical featuring music written by Duncan received a tremendous amount of praise over the past 8 years. After appearing on Broadway, Spring Awakening won 8 Tony Awards, including Best Score, Best Book, and Best Musical in 2007. The musical tells the story of a group of German teens in the early 19th century exploring their adolescent thoughts and bodies. You can see Penn State's take on the musical November 4th through November 18th at the Pavilion Theater. FX Network's American Horror Story has themed its 4th season Freak Show. The reoccurring characters of the Horror Story series are 1950s carnies that have traveled to a small town in Florida to continue with their performances. The Freak Show also features a murderous clown that has audiences squirming in their seats. You can catch up on American Horror Story Freak Show on FX's website and watch the new episodes every week on FX Wednesdays at 10 p.m. BET will re-air its 2014 Hip Hop Awards show tonight at 10 p.m. Hosted by Snoop Dogg or Uncle Snoop, the annual Hip Hop Awards give recognition to the best hip hop video, live performer, mixtape, album of the year, and more. Tune in to BET tonight to see performances by 18 artists, including T.I., Common, Brandy, and Queen Latifah.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
And that does it for us here at PSN News Tonight for October 20th, 2014. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News.
Make sure to watch us every Monday night live at 7 p.m. Have a good night, and thank you for watching.